Hi. So, I want to elaborate a little bit on the video I made on porn addiction. I will be talking about various fetishes that are induced by porn that are harming many men and how I have helped many guys overcome severe porn addictions the past year. So, I would like to make it clear that I don't think porn is negatively affecting all men. Okay, I'm sure a lot of guys live perfectly happy, healthy lives who consume porn, and if that's you, that's great. Okay, I'm not here to judge anyone for consuming porn. However, in my video, I clearly stated that my issue was with two main things. My biggest issue is the fact that all types of hardcore pornography are accessible to children. Okay, the average age of exposure to porn is around 10 years old. That means kids as young as 6 or 8 years old are viewing and getting hooked on extreme forms of pornography, okay? That's just so fucked up. It's unacceptable. Internet porn is like a drug. It's not to say that people are porn addicts, because people don't get addicted to porn the same way they do to drugs and alcohol, okay? If people's access to porn was cut off, they wouldn't just break into a store to steal porn, right? It's more of a compulsive porn consumption. Free access to any type of porn is like having a bottomless tap of alcohol in your room. Would you install that in your child's bedroom? I didn't think so. Okay, so the other thing I mentioned was how porn is emasculating men, and this triggered a lot of people, but it needs to be said, okay? We've all been led to believe that people are just born gay or born trans, right? Well, what if I told you that that is actually far from the truth? I think that some people are born gay and trans. I'm not going to argue that, right? However, I have spoke to people who have confessed to me that they developed homosexual tendencies later on in life that they never used to have before. I've also spoke to people who told me that they had actually came out as gay, but they're not anymore, and that's not their sexuality. So after I released that video, I had quite a lot of guys message me saying specific types of porn made them want to become trans women, even though they experienced absolutely no signs of gender dysphoria. So it is quite clear to me that porn is defiling the minds of young men and quite literally altering their sexuality. Because sexuality is fluid. People are not born with kinks and fetishes, okay? Fetishes can and do develop later on in life. Sexual kinks and paraphilias is something that interests me very much, okay? I don't think sex is shameful. I don't think masturbation is wrong. But I think people need to consider whether what they are doing is healthy for them or if it's actually harming them and doing them great damage. The fact that porn is emasculating many men and turning many men gay is something that I'm almost certain of. And if this is the case for you, please send me a message because I'm very interested in hearing your experience. Because genuinely, this is something that interests me. It's nothing to do with hate, it's nothing to do with shame. But if this is the case, I mean, science tells us that people are just born gay and born trans, and that there's nothing you can do to change it. But I've actually spoke to a lot of people, and my experience indicates that this is not the case. So I would love to know more about this. Now, a lot of people called me out for excluding independent porn producers and cam girls and claiming that they aren't causing as much damage and that cam sites can be addictive in other ways, which is true. Cam sites can be very addicting and damaging in other ways, but people mainly use cam sites for socializing and interacting with women online. I'm not saying you should pay independent porn producers. The only reason I said that was to clarify that if people who don't want to quit cold turkey started viewing porn more as a luxury or a product, it would be easier to have restraint. I also think that the world would be better off if porn was a product bought and sold by adults. And even though softcore porn is incomparable to hardcore porn, it's probably best to stop altogether if you want to become the alpha version of yourself. Now, there is a huge difference between amateurs and the porn industry. These people who own the porn industry have a very specific agenda, which is to demoralize and totally cuck Western men. Now, as for findom and femdom, for those of you who don't know what this is, it stands for female domination and financial domination fetish, and it is porn that centers around dominant women that humiliate and belittle men. It often includes physical abuse like bull crushing, forced anal, torture, all sorts of other things. Financial domination is a fetish wherein men are sexually aroused at the idea of a beautiful woman taking all their money and raping their wallet. It is seen as the ultimate form of domination and sacrifice. This is one of the most dangerous fetishes as it often puts men in debt and very undesirable situations. You might think this is preposterous, and how could anyone be into that? But you would be surprised if you found out how popular this is and how many guys are into it. And believe it or not, no, this is not something only omega losers and weirdos are into. No. This is affecting the lives of so many normal guys. It could be your brother or your best friend that's into this sort of stuff. I have friends who have done findom, and you'd actually be surprised at how many normal or even attractive looking men are into this. Because being submissive is not to do with your looks. It's all about your mentality and how you view yourself. If you look like a model, yet you're convinced you're a loser, you'll still have that beta mentality. So for those of you who are into this sort of thing, you need to realize that next to no cishet women are sexually dominant. Pretty much all women are sexually submissive. No woman is into abusing men unless she is a sadistic psychopath or she's willing to do it because it's an extremely easy way to make money. Another thing I would like to add is if you're into findom and femdom, you need to realize that these women, they're not your superiors. Having plastic surgery and knowing how to apply makeup and regurgitate femdom talking points does not make you a goddess or a superior. There are other ways. I know you might have this impulse to want to spoil girls. That could be a girlfriend though, or it could be going to people who actually deserve it, or you could be helping people in need, homeless people, things like that. If your money is going to these women who abuse others for a living, I don't know, I would just think about it that way. They're succubi, they're not nice people, and your money is going towards, I don't know, like clothes and plastic surgery, not going towards a good cause. It would be cool to create a website for cucks and alpha couples so you can pay them to have kids, because that would be a good use of your money. Not going to some feminist dom who doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, doesn't know anything about natural hierarchy and things like that. I've actually helped a lot of guys overcome severe porn addictions the past year. I've helped guys become more confident and taught them how to approach women and get a girlfriend. Findom and femdom addictions can be cured. To overcome it, you will have to completely change your perception of yourself. You'll need to train, become more confident, and focus all of your energy on becoming the alpha version of yourself, the best version of yourself. And this is totally doable if you believe it is. Okay? Are all guys salvageable? No, not all guys can or want to be helped. If you don't believe it's possible, I doubt I'm going to convince you it is. But I want to help the people who want to and believe they can change and get a girlfriend and eventually create a family. I know there's a lot of sissification hypno out there on the internet, and I would love to create a sort of reverse hypno video to help men become more confident and more masculine. But I need to learn about hypnosis a little bit more before starting this project. By the way, it's not just porn that's causing all of this. It's feminism, cultural Marxism, xenoestrogens, lack of masculine role models, and a lot of other things. However, the types of porn that are causing men to be insecure and timid is cuckold porn, interracial gangbangs, traps, humiliation, and sissification videos, to name a few. It's not videos of girls kissing that is demoralizing Western men. Also, another thing to note is that viewing a woman you desire being taken by another man is the definition of cuckoldry, really, okay? You are there jerking off in the corner, taking the role of the cuck if you were to be in the room with them. So yes, porn is programming men to be cucked and submissive. Not all men, okay? Like I've said at the start of this video, this is not about all guys. But if you feel porn is having this effect on you, you need to quit watching it and man up. This is what was considered porn not so long ago, okay? Women in lingerie or nude ladies, okay? Think of all the vile things that are depicted in porn today. Anal gaping, gangbangs, traps, and all sorts of other disgusting things. And also, another thing I would like to address is white guys' obsession with black penis. No, not white women, it's white men that are obsessed with BBC. The porn industry has convinced white men that all white women want is horse-sized penises, which is a huge lie. It's so preposterous. The porn industry in general creates this inferiority complex in men when it comes to penis size. So stop thinking that penis size is a measure of a man's worth and masculinity. Your dick size doesn't matter. What matters is your insecurity or lack of thereof when it comes to this. Women value confidence and charisma above all else, and would rather date a man who is confident in himself with a smaller penis rather than a man with a large penis who is not. There are many things women look for in men, but you need to realize that men and women are so different in so many ways, biologically and mentally. Our sexual attraction works very differently. A lot of guys, because we're taught that men and women are the same and all this bullshit, a lot of guys seem to think women view men in the same way men view women. Men are very visual creatures. They're aroused by a woman's body, you know, her breasts and her bum and all that, her genitalia. Women don't look at men in the same light. A lot of guys seem to send girls dick pics and think that is somehow going to arouse us. Most girls hate receiving dick pics. We don't want to see your junk. We are not sexually aroused at the image of your body. We are aroused. Female arousal is based on desirability. So the fact that we arouse you makes us aroused, essentially. So it really doesn't matter as much as other things do. You know, humor, charisma, ambition, status, honor, all these values that women are drawn to, not your penis size. Okay? And some women do only care about penis size, and you don't want to date these women. Some men will only date women based on her boob size or whatever. That's superficial. You don't want to be dating someone who is with you because of your junk. There are other ways of pleasing women, okay? Think, there are probably thousands of lesbians out there having better sex than you, okay, who don't have intercourse, like they don't insert dildos or whatever. Because believe it or not, a lot of women cannot climax vaginally. A lot of women cannot climax with penis and vagina motion. Okay, most women can only climax with clitoral stimulation. There are other ways of pleasing a woman, so please don't base your sense of masculinity and worth on your penis size. Honestly. So I hope this clears things up. I think people misinterpreted a lot of the things I said in my last video. I don't think masturbating is wrong. I don't think porn is inherently evil. I'm not some Christian fundamentalist who has these ideas that are baseless and just, you know, I'm it's not like I'm acting out of fear. This is something I have thought about a lot. I've spoke to many guys about their experience, and it's something that interests me a lot, and I think it's a huge problem in Western society. Huge problem, and it can be overcome. You can overcome this problem if you have it. The younger you are, the easier it will be, but you need to believe in yourself first and foremost. I know it's possible, but you need to believe it's possible as well if you're going to make a change. So yeah, I hope this clears some things up, and I hope you found this interesting. And yeah, thanks for listening.